This meeting is being transcribed and summarized.
Ready? 4 o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order. The time is 4 p.m. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here, ma'am. Could you do roll call?
Roll call. Chairman Benjamin Peña.
Here.
Vice Chairman Gerardo Gonzalez.
Present.
Treasurer Frank Orozco Jr. Secretary Anna O'Quinn.
Present.
Board Member Anger Jensen.
Here.
Board Member Dr. Joe Hinojosa.
Present.
Board Member Antonio Bernuz.
Present. Quorum? A quorum.
Chairman, there was no public comments registered.
Thank you. There being no public comments, I'd like to move on to the consent agenda items.
Next item.
Does anybody have any items they'd like to pull out of consent? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve.
Have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda is approved. Next
Staff-
item is the staff reports. Item
reports.
number 2, business retention and expansion efforts. Natalie?
Good afternoon, Chairman and board members. So
afternoon.
for my business retention and expansion, I made 4 visits. I was able to visit 4 companies: MVP, Plastics, Standard Textile, Standard Mold, and True Tone. What I started doing is I started doing the brief surveys so that we can start interacting and engaging with our clients. We also participated in the STMA meeting board last week on Friday. And just a little bit about the industry mixer for last year. It was a great success for Bree, particularly because it was a great opportunity to strengthen industry relationships and be able to interact with our partners, recognize their achievements, reinforce their collaborations, and that supports our long-term business retention. Thank you.
Questions from the board? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, marketing and communications, presented by Marcela Sainz.
Good afternoon, board. Today, I will be presenting to you our final draft for our first annual report. And I want to make a comment that reporting period starts October 1st, 2024, and it ends September 30th, 2025. That's for last fiscal year, the one that just finished. Can we go back? All right, so in your information that you received, you have a copy of the PDF version of the report. But right now, what you're seeing on your screens are screenshots of what you're gonna see on our website. And this is interactive. You can click on it. You can go from window to window and see more information. Like if you see a picture, you open it and then you'll get the full story, kind of like that. Okay, so big investments and wins for this year. This is our big number, over 177 million of investment attraction for the Greater Brownsville region. Over 31 million total square footage under development, and over 3,000 jobs created this year. Okay, this is one of the biggest numbers that I want to mention here, and it's basically our capital investment leverage, which is for every $1 that we spend, 19 were invested. So it's a 19 to 1. And then here you can see a few other things like capital investment by target industry. There's a map of manufacturing and industrial infrastructure in the Greater Brownsville area. And then our revenue growth, sales tax revenue by fiscal year. And we did a comparison of the last 5 years just to showcase how numbers have been going up. Next. I included some information on the workforce section here and some testimonials from workforce partners as well. Success stories are biggest successes of the year. We have Linde, Amazon, the Greater Brownsville Tech District, and Superior GHQ. And here, for example, if you can see the success stories menu to your left, if you click on Linde, let's say, you'll get the pop-up to your right with more detailed project information of investment, jobs created, and acres under development. Same thing for each one of these. Then we also highlighted our recognitions for that fiscal year. #1 metro in the US, cost of living, manufacturing cost efficiency, safest cities in the US, and cities people are moving to. We have a message from our chairman, message from our CEO, and in that tab you're also mentioned.
Questions?
Now, is this being publicized to the city commission?
I'm sorry,
What-
publicized?
What you just presented, is this being publicized to the city commission as well to keep them informed of what we're doing?
We're getting ready to roll it out, so you all are the first ones to see it. We'll
Okay.
be doing that next month in February. Yes, sir.
Okay. The only thing I would say, you stated it in your presentation that the annual impact is from, fiscal year 2025, but from 1 October of 2024 to 30 September of 2025. And probably that should be like stated up there for people like me who questions that, because I saw in one slide, you had indicated, like on the job growth, it was added January 2026. So it sort of threw me for a little confusion. On one of the slides that you had, I mean, I don't know if you noticed that or not.
We'll look at that. Thank you for pointing it out.
Okay, no problem.
So,
Nick,
Marcelo, is this final or it's draft form?
It's the final draft. Hopefully, we'll be ready to publish it next week, but yeah.
Okay. So if there's other changes that the board would like to see or incorporated, perhaps you can take those into account. Maybe, I don't know.
There's still time to make some changes. Not a problem.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, Marcelo.
At what time, if we have changes, what time do you need to get them back to you? This week, the end of this week, or by Monday or Tuesday?
Yes, end of this week would be ideal because it would be, our goal is to publish it next week.
Okay.
One thing, Marcela, can you triple check the numbers before you publish everything? Just
Yes.
make sure with Salvador, with everybody, that the numbers are right.
Yes, so the whole team has been involved in this process. We started capturing the data in July, I think, first portion of the year. And then for the last 3 months, we started October 1st, the first week of October. It's been a collaboration between Alberto, Jerry, Eleazar, Salvador, everybody, but we'll do a triple check before we publish, of course, yeah.
And then I just want to just add, you did a superb job in developing this and presenting it. So I just want to let you know that as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good job. Absolutely. Fantastic.
Thanks.
Nice job, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone for the great work that has been done. It definitely stands out, and we're showcasing Brownsville in a way that we've never done before. And it's done in a way that it's collaboratively done. And I am really grateful and thankful to all of you for working together and making this happen. So thank you.
Next item, business recruitment by Jerry Birones.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it was a short month. We received 6 RFIs through the governor's office. Unfortunately, we didn't respond to any of them. Most of them were looking for standing buildings already, and most of them were over 100,000 square feet. We actually had one that wanted 900 acres and a building on it as well. So it didn't lead to very much. We hosted an international delegation last week from Spain, from Murcia. They are very similar to what we do in the US, except in Spain. They felt that one of the reasons they came here was because a lot of what they do there is very similar to what we have here. And they wanted to see if perhaps we could, collaborate on some projects. So we said, yes, we will be through Select USA in March, end of March. There is a delegation going to Murcia and to Madrid, and we're looking at possibly participating in that trip through the U.S. Department of Commerce. So we did have a few meetings, quite a few meetings, but I'm just highlighting several of them. One is we facilitated a workforce meeting between Project Hercules executive team and 12 industry and training partners. We actually had it at the old BEDC conference room. It went very well. We had everyone in the room, along with their executives, along with our staff. Thank you to Xochitl. Thank you to Herendida. And we had a great turnout. And not only that, but when they left, they said, we knocked it out of the park, and they feel much more comfortable with saying that we can deliver on workforce. I also completed 4 site visits to Houston manufacturing companies last week. It went very well. The one thing that they all have in common, and that I feel that is what we're developing at GBIC as well, and I think we're developing that in our manufacturing park, is culture. They all run exquisitely clean manufacturing facilities. It was very impressive. There were several CNC, several plastic injection molding and extrusion. It was really cool. Sorry. I also, myself, Gilberto and Eleazar participated in Monterrey. We were following up with some active projects we have going there, and they were both very successful. We'll hear later about those. We had a meeting, myself and Gilberto, with the Point Isabel superintendent to discuss an active project that's also leading to some good things. And we had a delegation of our own team led by Eleazar, Xochitl, and Natalie over at the Port of Brownsville. An Aguascalientes delegation came down. They were brought down by COSTEP out of McAllen. They had a meeting over at the Port of Brownsville, and we were able to make some inroads with some of the companies they brought in. And they actually asked us if we would reciprocate by going to Aguascalientes ourselves. So that's something we'll put on the calendar. That's all. Any questions from anyone?
Any questions from the board?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Next item, executive report by Gilberto Salinas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Jerry mentioned Project Hercules, so I'll flush that project out a little bit here. We've been working with the Port of Brownsville on what I like to call a project that's yet again, like to place in that category of a game changer. And we've seen what, those 2 game-changing projects that we've had here in the last few years, what they do. Project Hercules, it's a forward-thinking company. It's both an advanced manufacturer and it's also in tech. It's got the potential to create several, actually jobs in the thousands and several $1 billion in capital investment. Can't really say much except that success breeds success. You've heard me say that big names draws other big names. SpaceX, Starlink, not 1 but 2 LNG plants. We've got Amazon, Linde. What those brands do is help attract other big brands. So we're hopeful that we'll have the same effect as far as this project that we have that we're calling Hercules right now. Though I will say that projects like these, they don't happen overnight. It's about timing, about strategy, being assertive, and then the key word is partnerships. What I like to call relationship marketing. For the last 3 months, and actually especially over the holidays, and the team will tell you that, we've been meeting with and leaning on our different partners that we've developed over the last year, really over the last few years. I'll start with State Comptroller. We hosted a dinner at our office. Some of y'all were there, so we had some great FaceTime with the Comptroller, met with him on different projects, but more importantly, we're talking about Project Hercules with him because he is one of the individuals that's going to have a hand on this project as it pertains to incentives. Senator Adam Hinojosa and Representative Janie Ramos met with him at our office as well last week, actually, discussing several projects, but then again, looking at this particular project as far as opportunities for funding. Office of the Governor, we've been meeting with them on a weekly basis, their Economic Development Division, especially on the different programs and incentives to support this particular project, especially considering the scope and size of this particular company. We're up in Harlingen as well as in the McAllen area, trying to gain some support. And this is a play that we got from our playbook back in the SpaceX days where, you know, both Harlingen and the McAllen EDC put money into SpaceX way back when. So we said, for a project like this, we're going to have to knock on those doors. So talk about going across the valley to get support. And so far, it's been looking good. CoStep, that's a regional entity. We've been working with them as well on how best to support this particular project. And then the Point Isabel School District met with the superintendent, their chair, in regards to different projects that we have, and especially this one since it's within their school district boundary as well. And then really looking at what the future workforce is going to look like, their particular pipeline for this project. So about workforce and this project, I'd like to say this is where the rubber meets the pavement. We hosted a roundtable discussion, Jerry mentioned this, a roundtable discussion with 13 different workforce entities from the lower valley. We actually did it at the old EDC building at the iTech campus because we're going to tour the iTech campus. And they have a great facility there as far as hosting more than 30 people. So we're able to do it there. And we're there specifically to discuss and present to Project Hercules. They had their high-level executives here. Their head of manufacturing was down here. Their vice president was down here. And they heard from our workforce entities in regards to how can we help them with both the workforce numbers and then also the training. And what I like to say is, you know, our team did a very good job in working with those workforce entities and the narrative of, we've been here before. We've done it before. We did it with SpaceX. Let us show you how we did that. Company left with a good level of confidence as far as being able to hire people here in the thousands for this particular project. And that's the one message that we said, hey, we've already done this. So in closing, I'd like to say, and I think I've said this before, the true superpower of an economic development organization is the power of convening. Can you get the people that you need at the table to deliver the message, the right message that you need when you need them? So we put that to the test and we were very successful in getting that done. So this is a massive project. Can't say much about it now, but I will say that we've been putting this together over the last 2.5 months, not even 3 months, 2.5 months. And I think I mentioned this to a couple of board members not too long ago. Our holidays were spent in the office, making sure that we crossed every T, dotted every I for this particular project. I just got off the phone 30 minutes before I walked into the board meeting with the consultants about the project. So that's how fast this is moving. That concludes my report. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions from the board? Thank you, Gilbert.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and the team. I know guys have worked very, very hard over the holidays to meet with a lot of people. You're condensing, I believe, 6 to 7 months worth of work into a very, very short 90-day period to bring this particular project to fruition. And certainly your labor and your efforts to kind of handhold it and make sure it gets done is certainly greatly appreciated. So thank you for you and the staff, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. I just told you the work they were doing. It wasn't me. So. I just show up.
Next item. Discussion, consideration, and possible action authorizing a payment of $1,171,139.28 to Brownsville Public Utilities to install electrical infrastructure and equipment within the Greater Brownsville Tech District Phase 1 West Subdivision, subject to final scope refinements and potential cost adjustments pending HAF engineer's proposal, presented by Eleazar Rodriguez. Item 6 will be discussed after executive session.
Members of the board, if it's okay with everybody, I'd like to move agenda item number 6 until after agenda item number 11, after executive session, and agenda item number 9 as well, to move it after agenda item number 11 as well. So with that, we will go to agenda item number 7.
Discussion, consideration, and acknowledgement of Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation Financials and Quarterly Investments Report presented by Salvador Villalpando.
No. You can proceed.
Good afternoon, Chairman and board members. Today we will be going over the financials for the first quarter of fiscal year 2026, which is October through December. Total assets are currently 45.1 million as of December, with 527,000 in cash, 25.8 million in investments, 657,000 in receivables, which is the sales tax for December, and 18.1 million in capital assets. Liabilities are 860,000, which is a bit higher than normal, and that's related to payables for phase 1 of the tech district. And then lastly, we have net position at 44.2 million, with 26.1 in our operating fund and 18.1 million in our capital asset fund. You may have noticed the capital asset fund did slightly increase, and that was due to the capitalization of fiscal year 2025 activity at the tech district. Here we have the budget to actuals comparison for the first 3 months. It's the column highlighted in green. Total revenue is 1.5 million, with 1.3 million in sales tax, and that's just for the first 2 months. We'll go over that on the next slide. Interest, 256,000. It's at 21% of the budget. A bit lower. It's mainly due to interest rates slightly decreasing. And as we're making payments for phase 1 of the tech district, we have less funds invested. And then lastly, $248 in miscellaneous revenues. Expenditures, 2.35 million, with 1.1 million in operating at 26% of the budget, 250,000 in contractual commitments, and then 1 million in initiatives, mainly for the tech district. We do have revenues under expenditures at 793,000. That should be offset by the amount of sales tax collected for December once it's provided. On here, we have the sales tax comparison for November, highlighted in green. Collections for November were $657,000, which is a 4.4% increase compared to November of last year. And then so far for the first 2 months, collections are at 1.3 million, which is a 6.5% increase. So strong collections for the first 2 months. A 6.5% increase translates to 8.3 million in sales tax for the fiscal year. For context, we budgeted 8 million for the 12 months. Last slide, we have the quarterly investment report. The investment portfolio as of December 31st, 2025 is 26.3 million. We have 22% of the portfolio in demand deposits, which yield less interest. 7,300 in PNC at 1.41%, 520,000 in Lone Star National Bank, yielding 2.65%, and 5.3 million in PNC, the money market account, yielding 3.5%. And then we have the majority of the portfolio in the investment pools, 78% of it, which translates to 20.4 million, with 201,000 in Texas Fit at 4.18%, 7.3 million in Texas Class at 3.74%, and the majority of it, almost 9 million in Tex Pool at 3.83%. The weighted average days to maturity for the portfolio is 28, which basically means the portfolio is liquid. We can extract money as needed. And then lastly, the weighted average yield for the portfolio is 3.66, which is higher than a 3-month treasury bill at 3.57% as of December 31st, which basically is a good indicator that the portfolio is performing well for the first quarter.
All on the sales tax comparison. It'd be interesting to know. I don't think this is an answer you're going to have, but 2026 we did 4.4% better than last year in November, and I've been told it's a bad economy. So is it resilience on the part of the town? Is it growth? Whatever, but that'd be a very interesting thing to learn and a way to sell the town as well. If we're
Definitely, there's many different factors. I'll do my best to do research and see what is the reason for the increase for the first 2 months thus far, and hopefully we continue that trend.
Let's have one question on Salvador. Sorry, on the same item. Are we in target to what we budgeted for increases? I know it's over, but I don't know how much. I don't remember how much we budgeted for.
We budgeted
At the bottom.
We budgeted 8 million.
Oh, sorry, it's underneath. Sorry.
Yes, and we're at 4.2% over what we budgeted for the first 2 months.
Perfect.
Yes. That's right.
Motion to approve.
Aye.
Next item, discussion, consideration, and possible action, if any, on resolution number 226, amending GBIC investments and strategy statement policy, presented by Salvador Villalpando.
On this item, we have a resolution and a policy before the board for approval. A quick summary on the investment policy. It prioritizes 3 main things. The investment policy establishes rules for safety, liquidity, and yield. So it prioritizes safeguarding the funds that we have, ensuring sufficient liquidity to meet obligations. So ensuring that not most of our money is tied up in long-term investments, for example, CDs. We need to be able to extract money into our demand account to meet obligations for payables and achieving a reasonable return on investments. It also establishes rules for authorized investments and oversight. So it limits investments to those expressly permitted by the Public Funds Investment Act, sets diversification and maturity standards, and it assigns clear roles to the board, investment officers, and advisors. And then lastly, it sets rules for reporting and compliance. It requires regular reporting, quarterly reports, which we just went over in the previous item, monitoring, and annual review by the board to ensure transparency, which is this item here. It requires yearly approval of the investment policy. Lastly, there was only one update. This policy does mirror the investment policy for the city of Brownsville. There was only 2 investment brokers authorized to do business with GBIC added to the investment policy. And we're recommending for the board to adopt the policy as required by the Public Funds Investment Act.
Is there any changes from the one we had last year?
Yes, there was 2 investment brokers, Hilltop Securities and JP Morgan, that was added as authorized to do business with GBIC to the policy.
And they're okay, Gerardo,
They're coming from the city, so it's pretty much I would imagine they already vetted them and.
That's right, yes, sir. They haven't, city does contract investment advisors That's where it's ran through.
Is that the only changes?
That is the only change, yes, sir. Everything else stayed the exact same.
I move to accept.
Second.
Thank you.
Closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, and 551.087 related to 10.1 update on current projects, 10.2 project industrial, 10.3 project Proximus, 10.4 project Hercules, 10.5 project Super H, 10.6 project PLR.
Second. Aye.
Aye.
Did we add something to the executive?
Even they got to go. Even they got to go. I need to ask you for something. Think less of it, right? Grinch salt. The Grinch salt.
I have some.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll get you
I
some.
love salt, yeah.
For you?
Oh, for me. For
You
me,
love-
I
It
love
actually is very good.
it. It was super good.
I have some, I'll get you some.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. I even put my nuggets, my kids' nuggets to put in a box and I shook them up.
Can I have a motion to convene back into open session? The time is 6:59.
Motion to reconvene.
Do you have a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we are back in open session. Agenda item number 11. Consideration and action, including but not limited to the adoption of board resolutions related to items discussed in executive session. Item 11, I think the number the same. 11.2, project industrial. This is to proceed as directed in accordance with executive session regarding the TERS.
Yes, correct. And just to supplement the information, the board is directing a supplemental contract for the general counsel, Castle Law Firm, to also engage subcontractors, Jeff Earl and Mike Perez, to set up the TERS for the tech park, GBIC Tech Park.
Can I have a motion to that effect?
So motioned?
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11.3, Project Proximus. And this is to authorize the CEO to negotiate contract on sale of lots 2, 3, and 4 and proceed as directed in his executive session. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 11.4, Project Hercules, to authorize incentives regarding Project Hercules and proceed as directed. Can I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Can I have a second?
Second?
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 11.5, Project Super 8, no action. Agenda item 11.6, Project PLR, is to authorize the 2026-01 resolution, proceed as directed, as discussed in executive session. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second? Can I have a second? Any
Second.
further discussion? All those in
Aye.
favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. At this time, we would like to take up agenda item number 6, discussion and consideration of possible action authorizing payment of $1,171,139 to the Brownsville Public Utilities Board to install electrical infrastructure and equipment within the Greater Brownsville Tech District Phase 1 West subdivision, subject to final scope and refinements and potential cost adjustments pending half engineer's proposal. At this time, I do have recusals in place for Mr. Gonzalez, Board Member Gonzalez and myself, so I will hand over the reins to Mr. Orozco to call the question.
I will entertain a motion to approve such item as a partial payment to the Brownsville Public Utilities
I so move.
Commission, subject to such amount is not open to upward adjustment and subject to cost adjustments related to the infrastructure required. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes.
And the final item that we have is the agenda item number 9, discussion and consideration possible action on amendment of GBIC's bylaws. Can I have a motion to that effect?
Make a motion?
Any further discussion?
What is the action? Is it discussion, a motion to discuss, or what is it?
The action is to present the amendments to the bylaws to be approved by the city commission. And so what we're going to do is present the proposed amendments on the agenda items, on the bylaws, to have them amended. They will be subject to commission approval.
I thought that we were gonna get the wording. Wasn't that what we agreed?
Yes.
Before you send it to.
We'll
the city?
distribute the red line version to the director so you can review them, but upon getting confirmation, we'll submit it to the city for their approval.
Yeah, but I'd like to see the wording before you submit it to the city. I thought that's what
can
we
do that.
agreed.
We can do that.
No action?
No, we do need to take, we need to take action. So the way that we can address this, we can approve this subject to legal review, and I'll make sure that everybody signs off on it before we tender it to the city. So if we can just get a motion to approve the item subject to legal review, we can get it approved today.
And to approve the item subject to legal review?
Do I have a second?
I'll
Second.
second it, yeah.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Carried.
I want to see it.
There being no other agenda items, may I call a vote for adjournment? Do
Make a motion?
I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 We adjourn.
Congratulations.
I just expected to be.